Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shenanigans. How's everybody doing today?
One thing, Sound, if you talk about killing Ryan Moore, you have to be specific. What Ryan? I know 3 Ryans that appeared in Neal's show.
Come on,
Ryan
Bastian.
Moore.
You can't just talk about our secret plans on street.
Yeah. Can't do that, Neal.
Don't tell them it's a secret plan.
Not a secret
We'll
plan
never
anymore.
get-
Now everybody knows.
Yeah, way to go.
They don't know which Ryan.
Ryan Moore.
No.
That's his last name.
Don't tell them, Neal.
You know what? Neal's just having troubles. He doesn't know how evil plans work sometimes.
I don't know anything about evil plans whatsoever. I'm completely ignorant of this. Connor, how are you doing today? Tell us how to make an evil plan to kill someone named Ryan.
Well, how am I doing today? Just gonna be straight with you guys. I've had better days. I've had worse. I've had better weeks. I've had worse. I've had better months. I've had worse.
Sounds very average.
Yeah, but it's kind of like on the suck side of average. It's just like the average is suck, so you just kind of get used to it. Thus is the life. I did get to go into the reactor compartment today. That's pretty cramped. It's pretty cool. Finally got to see what all this reactor hubbub was about.
Can you talk about these sorts of things? Like, at what level do your discussions venture into, dangerous OPSEC stuff?
If I start giving away like specifics,
Okay.
like
So you can say like you went into the reactor core, but you can't say.
yeah, I can say like it sucked to be in there because they had turned AC off because they're doing maintenance, and it's in a giant metal tube, which is inside a giant concrete tube, which is sitting out in the sun, and it was pretty hot that day. And like the moment we went in, like the top part, which isn't where all the really hot stuff is at. It's where some of the hot stuff is at, but it's where not a lot of the hot stuff is. It's just like, bam, jumped up from like in the 80s inside, when it's usually a lot cooler than that, to about, I want to say like in the 90s area, like 90, 95. And then when we actually went, down, is like, holy crap, over 100, and we were like freaking sweating. Got some good REMs. Got me some zoomies. But that's pretty cool. We had a lot of great quality conversations while we were supposed to be working, but instead we're just kind of sitting around just smoking and joking, because you cram us in there for 12 hours a day. You don't really expect a bunch of like 23, 24-year-olds to actually be working that whole 12 hours. Right. I don't know what you would expect, but we're going to be sitting in there talking about some pretty dumb stuff. One of the civilians decided, he's like, you know what? I kind of want to live in a trailer, because if I do, I don't have to pay rent because I already own the trailer. But I don't want to be seen as trashy because I live in a trailer. And it eventually got to him like, maybe I could just get an RV and a VW bus, but the RV could be like the mothership. And every time I drive away, I like walk through the airlock into the VW bus, and like I drive away and this airlock sound goes on, and it is great. Just overall great. And we figured out that roughly he'd be able to save enough money in 5 years to buy himself a new car, lose his girlfriend because he lives in a trailer, and but buy at least 2 more girlfriends because he saved so much money.
Buy girlfriends? What sort of?
Sounds like the man with the plan.
Yeah. So that was that. And then we also figured out which people would be willing to break their own finger for $5,000, because it's like $500 from everybody in the room, and at the time there were 10 of us in there, and it's just like, yeah, I'd totally do it for like $5,000. And it was like,
I mean,
which finger? Oh, the pinky. All right, that's fair. Someone else was 10,000, and then on Friday we were just like freaking out of it, because by Friday everyone's just like fed up with it. There's no staff around to give us freaking checkouts, even though that's what we're supposed to be doing, is getting checkouts. And it's like, how many points? Because each checkout is worth a certain amount of points. How many points would it be worth to you to just kill someone? And I think the most reasonable answer was enough points to just have us be fully qualled and be done with this place. And I think someone else was like 300 or something. It was like,
So you'd be willing. Someone there would be willing to kill a person if they could be done with all their qualifications and testing. And I think this speaks
Sounds
a
like a good
lot
job.
about the state of the American military right now.
oh, no, it's great. It is absolutely great. And it's also funny to go into the office with all the instructors who are, they've been in the Navy for like 6 to 8 years already. So they're all in their like upper 20s, lower 30s. And just hearing the difference in conversations between them and the civilians and officers to them and the young enlisted, because it's like, what are they going to be talking about to the like 18 and 19-year-olds?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, Whereas like when it's just them and us in there, it's like, oh yeah, talking about shotgunning beers in the shower. It's like, okay, so this is what people really do. And then they're just like, I'm sorry, what did you say? 50? 13? Pump? What? I don't understand, because they've got to enforce like our internal communication stuff. Formality.
Of course. Well, it sounds like it's actually been quite an interesting week for you.
More or less.
All right. Well, Bastian, how's it going, man? How'd your play turn out? No, we talked about that last time, didn't we? It finished when we did last Shenanigans.
No, the last 3 showings were last weekend.
Ah, well, how did it go?
And went great.
Fantastic.
5 good showings out of 6.
Mhm.
And yeah. Though I could say I've been better. We had the first semester, we had a talk with basically our main teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm thinking about if acting school is the right way for me to become a voice actor.
Interesting.
That's basically, I now have 6 weeks of holidays because this is an acting school, so we have school holidays, and now there are summer holidays. So I have 6 weeks now to gather my thoughts and think about what I want to do. Really, I know what I want to do. I want to become a voice actor, but I have to see if acting school is the
right path to get there. Interesting.
Because I have basically 2 decisions right now. I either have to concentrate fully on acting school, or concentrate fully on becoming a voice actor. I can't do both.
This is true.
And I'm going to have to find work, a part-time job during the holidays, so I can be a bit more independent from my parents.
That's always a nice thing.
I feel it's dragging me down that I'm not, at least right now, completely dependent on my parents. It's dragging me down. I feel it.
Yep. Independence is a beautiful thing. All right, Nick, how's it going? How you doing, man?
Oh, all right.
How's Long War treating you?
Been doing. How's what?
How's Long War
Okay.
treating you?
Okay. I have a bad habit of like getting everything where I want it and then just kind of enjoying staying there when I really need to move along with the story.
Yep.
And
You stay there too long, man. The Advent's gonna get stronger and stronger and stronger. Those dark events happen. They build up forces, and all of a sudden you're like, shit, I can't even do this mission anymore. Why didn't I do XYZ?
Yeah, but I've got like top tier gear, like the top ranking soldier. I'm just going through getting them all their AWC abilities.
But that only means the game's just gonna get harder. If you've got top level gear, then the enemy's only gonna get stronger, and the game's only gonna get harder because you can't get better. You can like get some AWC abilities, but training 2 people at a time take forever to train your whole army that way.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta get it.
Yeah, I'm starting to knock out all the Advent facilities that I've just kind of let go on their merry way for a while. But, you know, one of them's at like 4 blocks, so I really need to knock that one out.
Good luck. I feel your pain. Simon, how's life over there?
Oh, life is pretty good in Sweeland, so well, it's pretty nice temperature, so can't really complain. Yeah.
Cool.
Nothing. Yeah, I haven't really done anything like too much. I've been away like last weekend visiting some relatives,
Nice.
celebrating my grandmother's birthday.
I think I saw a picture of you recently with your two favorite ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandmother and my mother, of course.
That was a really sweet picture.
Yeah. I love them. They're really great.
Oh. All right, guys. Let's play some shenanigans. So, yes?
Wait, Connor, are you short of leveling up?
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is going to be interesting.
Sounds like you're in a danger
Nothing
now.
to be worried about.
All right, everybody, no killing Desmond's friends today.
Is that what your character
Just
sounds
hang
like?
back and train the rock the whole session long.
Okay. So everybody's hanging out in shenanigans,
His
but it's been a slow week. There's just been like no jobs. I take that back. One job came through, and it was about a cat stuck in a tree down the street. And that's like the only job that has come through in the last week. It's, the middle of summer, it's really hot. Everyone's like just kicking back and relaxing and taking naps all day, and there's no real work getting done.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I know what's going on.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go grab some lemonade, aren't we?
No. Desmond, kind of walks over to the few tables that are actually seated. There's not many people here. Most people have left town to go find other work. And he says in a loud voice, "All right, everybody. It's time for my family and I to take a vacation. I need a group of volunteers, or not volunteers. I need to hire some people to watch the bar while we're gone. And I need to hire some bodyguards to come with us to the beach to keep away, fans and unwanted people, and just, give us the vacation that we really desire."
Which one pays more?
Beach does.
Beach. Guys, you want
Bodyguards.
They've got
wanna go-
dibs. You guys, you're staying with the bar, right? The other people are like, "Yeah, sure, how hard can it be? Whatever, it's fine."
It's pretty hard.
How could that possibly be hard? We're just watching a bar.
Yeah,
don't sweep the floors.
I just walk up to the person who just said that and put a hand on his shoulder. Let's be careful not to burn the whole tavern down.
They start exchanging nervous looks. Why are they talking like this is a hard thing? We're just watching a building. Is it really going to be that difficult? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh, it's gonna be awful.
Don't forget, you have to uphold Desmond's rule for nobody causing any trouble in here. And you are not Desmond.
They get a grim look on their face, but Desmond slaps some gold on the table and says, "The deal is done. You guys are watching the bar for a week. You guys," he says, pointing back to your table, "family's headed north of, what the hell is that town called? Kershwick. There's a little beach side over there that we're gonna go and have a picnic. It's gonna be great."
Oh my! If I knew we were going to the beach, I would have got a new swimsuit.
Well, you're not gonna have time for swimming. You're gonna be working the whole time, all right? You see,
Oh.
we rarely get a break. And when I do travel, there's always someone coming up. "Oh, Desmond, I want your autograph. Oh, Desmond, can you help me with this problem?" Tired of the bullshit. My family and I just want to go on a vacation like normal people. And that's where the four of you come in. You are there to give us a normal beach-going experience. You're supposed to keep all the freaks away. You're supposed to keep any unwanted attention away. If monsters show up, you deal with them. Whatever it is, you take care of all of our problems. We'll have a nice, lovely beach vacation. All right, that's your goal.
How are
Keep
you
us-
defining all of your problems?
I'll let you know if it's something I want to take care of.
Okay.
All right? You just solve all of my problems for me. We're going to start with a baseline of 50 gold each. And if I like the job you do, we'll give you a nice heavy tip. But you fuck it up,
Oh, okay.
Don't fuck it up. Don't ruin my family's only vacation this year.
This year.
I suppose we'll
Has it
go on
happened
in
before,
one
this
next year, maybe. I don't know.
Have you not had a vacation before, Desmond?
It's been a while. I don't recognize you. Who are you? What are you doing in my bar? Wait, no. Who are you?
I'm Cassandra.
It's just some new lady that showed up.
Sandra?
I'm just sitting there like with a 6 gold dress, like because Neal said I had to put the money that I want to. 6 gold was all I had left. So,
600 copper for a dress. That's a mighty fine dress. Are you sure you want to get that blood-stained and dirty?
oh, I'll pack it away. Do not worry. I do have working clothes as well.
All right. In fact, if I'm going to be spending a whole beach vacation with you, I should probably learn all of your names. Cassandra, it's very nice to meet you. He
Hello,
looks to Gerald. You are?
I'm Gerald, a cleric of Vormator.
Sound parched, darling. Do you want something to drink?
Nah, he's just old.
Grandpa, are you really a good choice to help defend us at the beach?
Hey, remember
I
that
can
package you
heal
had us-
people.
All right, yeah.
Good
you
enough
can
for
do
me. All right. He looks now at Tapian
I
and.
can also entangle them.
Hey, cleric's a cleric, right?
that. Cleric's
I
cleric.
give
I don't
him.
discriminate.
I
And
reach.
also color spray.
Color spray? That doesn't seem like it should belong in your wheelhouse. Are you sure you're not senile?
Huh?
That's what I thought. You guys keep an eye on Gramps here, all right? Taper? Is that your name? I've seen you before.
No, it's duct
Tapian.
tape.
I reach out with my pathetic wooden hand. Tapian.
He shakes your wooden hand very strongly. Nice to meet you, Tapian. And what do you do here?
Well, I make sure that you and your family are safe from any troubles, and I pat my giant sword on my back.
That's what I like to hear. And then he looks to the rock. I think I remember you. Your name's Rocco.
Something like that. Close
The
enough.
Rocco.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't forget the. That's
Nice
pretty-
to meet you again, Rock.
Yeah, for like the 50th, 80th, 100th
You
time.
know, there's like 100 people that come through here all the time. At a certain point, everyone's faces just blend together. But I do recognize you, so you must have. You must
Yeah, it's
not have
almost
died.
like I'm. It's almost like I'm the one that had the great idea of getting you that freaking Pale Veil Ale with your.
Hey, you're the one! Don't tell the other crew about the haunting. They don't know yet. I'm giving them cheaper pay because they don't know it's haunted. Shh.
I thought that the whole point was to let people know it was haunted so you could use it as an attraction.
I did, but these guys just showed up yesterday. They haven't heard about it yet.
Alright.
Very well.
And then he looks back to Cassandra. Cassie, right? What's your function here? I know he hits things with a big rock. He hits things with a big sword. He color sprays things.
I also fish.
Yeah, he fishes.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's really what I'm looking for in a bodyguard. What do you do, Cassandra?
I hit things. I hit people with a slightly smaller sword.
Fantastic. 2 swords and a rock. And a grandpa. This is gonna go really, really well.
No.
I also give out fashion tips.
Desmond, I have 3 swords. Get it right.
3 swords and a rock?
3 swords and a rock.
You only have 2 hands.
One in the mouth. Like
Nah. Nah.
no.
Nah, it's just.
I heard of a swordsman who used that technique before. It did not end well.
No, it didn't. It's kind of ridiculous.
It's kind of ridiculous. Don't eat your swords, guys. It's not a good way to fight.
Also, don't spin in combat. Never spin in combat.
Yeah, never spin in combat. That's how you got your waiter over there.
Really? But I heard that spinning is winning.
It's a different sort of area. You know, kind of where the rules of physics don't really apply. So what's physics?
All right.
Fist-
Well, I'm gonna go fetch Layla, and I'm gonna go fetch Lizzie, and shit. Do we leave Borscht? Fuck it. I'll bring Borscht too. That's fine. We're gonna head north of Kershwick, and you guys be ready to go in half an hour. Layla takes forever to get ready. She's at that stage in life where you say get ready, and then she doesn't even bother trying to get ready until everyone else is ready, and then everyone waits on her. No respect for my time. Does anyone have a spell to fix that? Make your daughter respect you more?
I don't know, but there is haste. Make her hurry up.
That could kill her.
I don't know.
I believe we've ruled that it doesn't any longer.
I'm sure she will grow out of it.
I'm not willing to risk it.
Maybe.
Maybe she'll grow out of it. I
She
hope
might
so,
get
Cassie.
older though. Just no system shock.
Something tells me that she's never gonna get any older than she is today.
That's very true.
I think you always have to expect some kind of, well, you never know what you're gonna wear on your vacation.
Anyway.
I don't think I can. Last time I discussed what I was wearing with a girl, Lizzie beat the shit out of me. So I'm gonna go now, Cassandra, before you get me in trouble.
Where should we meet, Desmond?
Here, at the bar. Half an hour.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
He cinches up his belt and takes off.
Well, I guess we better be ready to prepare before we take off.
What do you guys need?
Okay. I will. How much for blacksmithing hammer? Because I can blacksmith now.
I don't know, probably a gold at most. Just a
Okay.
hammer, right?
I mean, a blacksmith hammer is a bit different from a normal hammer with which you just work a bit.
Okay. Well, a normal hammer is 50 copper. So, buy whatever you want. Spend however much money you think would be good for a blacksmith's hammer.
Gold sounds fine. A good old big hammer. And I
Yes.
would like to. I will purchase a deck of cards, gaming cards, and some rations.
Gambling cards are 200 copper.
Yes, 2 gold.
100
No.
copper.
20 silver.
How much for a swimsuit, Neal?
A swimsuit? One piece or 2 piece?
You need to get that rare 3-piece.
It's just got like a thing around the belly. It's like, or no, it's like a sash and a top and a bottom.
2
Oh,
piece.
I should get some lighter clothing too.
I honestly
Maybe
don't know, Simon. I don't
say
know
if-
how much bathing suits go for in the modern era, much less medieval swimming suits.
I mean,
I also don't know how they made them without elastic. So maybe it's just your normal clothes or no clothes at all.
they just come with belts.
I can't really go. Can't you expect me to go naked to the beach, darling?
All right, go just spend as much money as you want on a swimsuit. I'll leave that up to your discretion.
How much for-
We'll say 5 silver.
50 copper. All right, love it.
I'll give
Half
a
a
very
gold?
basic one.
Half a gold.
Neal, how much for a pair of sandals?
2.5.
Oh, sandals are actually 5 copper. That's actually in my economics guide.
1/20th of a gold.
Half
I
a
know who's
silver?
dying first.
Half a silver.
All right. An hour later, Desmond shows back up.
That was fast.
It was the longest hour of my life.
Only
I
an
need a
hour.
vacation.
That's very impressive.
You know that it's just gonna kind of like do the same thing on the way back, right?
Just get in the wagon and go.
I
All right.
One
He
can-
leads you
one can
guys. Oh, go ahead.
No, I wish that one can almost suspect like going on vacation is not what Desmond wants. Going away on vacation is actually more stressful than.
No. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see how the vacation goes. He leads everyone outside where there's a nice big carriage set up. He and his family and Borsch hop in, and he instructs you guys to, ride on the top or on the sides or hang out nearby and keep them safe from harm. Their vacation starts now. They're heading north of Kirschwick. So let's just take a look at the map, everybody.
Maps are good.
Kershwick is up here. The beach they're going to is on this little sliver of land up here. Somewhere. What is that? A few mile stretch? Yeah. Somewhere up there is where the nice sandy beaches are, and everything's lovely. Nice warm water bay. It's like the Caribbean. It's like
But north.
Florida without the Florida.
Oh, so Florida without the crazy?
Florida without the crocodiles. Yeah.
I'm crazy.
I'm crazy.
Florida's not that crazy. They just have very interesting laws about what can be reported from police reports. And so you hear about all sorts of crazy shit going on in Florida because
they also, like, have
police
crazy
reports are more easily accessible by journalists. Same shit happens in every other state.
I don't know. I've never heard of Iowa Man.
I drove
Kansas.
through Iowa recently, and it was actually... No, that was Idaho. Never mind.
No, you know what?
Oh yeah. On that
I've
note,
been
Neal, how
very-
did you like the color beige in Eastern Washington?
You mean
I've been
everything as far as the eye can see?
Yeah. How'd you like beige? Was that fun?
We
Is it like a
listening
wasteland?
to-
Is
Yeah.
it a
Alright,
wasteland
sorry.
over there?
It's just a barren wasteland in eastern Oregon and Washington. It's just dry, rolling
Wasteland.
hills as far as the eye can see, which is actually very nice and pleasant when you have air conditioning in your car. You get to
Yeah.
look out. We passed a... No. We got sidetracked here.
All right, yep. I'm sorry, I just had to ask about beige.
We passed the chemical munitions depots, the old shut down chemical munitions depots, which were crazy because it was miles and miles and miles of bunkers that all once upon a time used to be filled with, terrible chemical weapons and have since been disabled and destroyed. But still, it was crazy just to see like an endless field of bunkers that used to stash, nerve gas. Anyway, sidetracked. That was really cool to see, though.
And just so you know, I purchased some other items, paid for all of them.
Oh, good.
Just a few more things.
What'd you get?
The sandals, a shovels, a small tent, a medical kit, and some copper. Like, is it okay if the copper is like in some form of small sheets? So I could,
Like copper sheets?
yeah, small copper sheets. So if I could, use them, like form them with my hammer without having to smelt them down or something.
I guess. Yes, you can buy thin copper sheets. I don't know how much you're gonna pay for them. It should be more than the price of copper, just to get like your existing copper hammered into thin sheets. I'll let you decide what you think is a fair price, and then we'll just see how it plays out. If like you want to make a sword improvised out of a copper sheet, that's not gonna work. But if you want to, I don't know, make like a cookie cutter, that should be fine. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to make, so.
You're,
Just some sheets right now.
you're probably not going to want to be blacksmithing on Desmond's vacation, making loud banging.
It's just for if we need some repairs. Who knows what happens? I pay 25 copper more, or 2.5 silver more, like half the price on top.
Okay, that seems fair. Okay, so
Take us away.
you guys head north along the wagon, or along the road with the wagon. Let me ask you, how are you distributed? Who's riding on the wagon? Who's walking beside it, etc. That sort of thing.
I'm on the wagon.
I think Gerald has to be on the wagon. He's slow.
Yeah, that's fine. If need be, I can walk. Walking's good for you.
Is both Desmond and what's his wife's name?
Lizzie.
Lizzie. They both like
They're
front?
in the wagon.
Okay. I was kind of like, shut up, Lizzie, but like, okay.
No. This is their vacation.
It's their vacation.
Yeah.
Would you want some girl talk, maybe? All right. But it's fine. I guess I'll go on the left side of the wagon, just like walking beside it, keeping an eye out.
Cool. This is huge. Anyway, you guys proceed along the road towards Kershwick, and let's see if we have encounters along the way.
Nah.
Oh, no. Easy day to Kershwick. Actually, it's 2 days to Kershwick. Maybe actually only a day if you've got a wagon, and you guys can kind of switch back and forth on who's riding and who's walking. You can push it. It's a long day to Kershwick, let's call it. And at the end of the day, you guys find yourself in Kershwick proper. Desmond books everyone a room for the night, gets the wagon to take them north to the seaside the next day, and also tells you that he's rented some cabanas on the beach for everybody. So his family gets one, Borsch gets one, and then he's rented 2 extra cabanas, one on the left side of theirs and one on the right side of theirs. So that way you guys are like flanking him at night in case something comes up. But he now asks you
what a cabana is, but I'm assuming it's like a small little.
It's like a small beach house.
Yeah, small beach house. Yeah.
He then asks you what you want for your sleeping arrangements. Who is going to bunk up on the right cabana, and who's going to bunk up in the left cabana?
I suppose one warrior with each, so I'll go with the left one. And probably the rock in the right one.
Alright, works for me.
We have to share living arrangements?
I'm not made of gold, you know.
Oh, we know.
Although I suppose if the 3 boys want to bunk up together, the girl can take her own.
No, I don't want to be an inconvenience, of course.
Good, that's the way I like to hear it. Done. So, Rock,
Excellent.
are you going left or right?
I'm going right side.
So, Rock and Cassandra together, Tapid and Geralt together.
Okay.
Excellent.
Alrighty then.
I go up to the rock, like, no funny business.
I am sorry. I only do jokes, puns, really bad jokes, and other funny business. I'm sorry.
Right. Like, yeah. Also, I want to point out, like, Cassandra, by the way, she's a half-orc.
That's like super relevant. Hold on. That's like being an obscure race is really relevant to your character. I wish I had that bit of information 40 minutes ago.
I'll be like Desmond said, this is a vacation, so taking a break from the funny business.
Probably send you my.
Don't want to mix.
Yeah, can you send me your character sheet? Not
Have
that I'm
you- wait,
really gonna
wait,
look
hold
at
on.
it, but
Did you roll for hotness?
I have not rolled for hotness.
I actually like the way we've been rolling for hotness
Actually,
on the
wait.
misclicks, where it's the viewer rolls for the perceived hotness of the person, and then you've got 3 different rolls depending on your preclusion, right? So like if you're a human and you're not into half-orcs, that's not your thing, you would roll like 3d4 for the hotness. But if you were kind of like into half-orcs and it was totally your jam, you'd roll 3d4 plus 6. And if you didn't really care one way or the other, then you just roll 3d6. Yeah.
Well,
So,
Gerald's
saying
hotness
you're
is 7,
racist
so
against half-orcs? Like,
Some people might be, man. This is not a perfect world. There are flaws. There are bigots. There's racists. There's all sorts of terrible things. You might experience some.
There's random people running around killing.
it's like the
freaking
real world.
gnome children.
Yes, the gnome children murderers are around.
Hey, we
Some
never
people are a little bit too happy about this.
We never directly killed that gnome child.
Indirectly killed him. Lovely. Anyway, you guys arrive at the cabanas the next day. And I'm showing on stream what they look like. I'll just link you guys in Zoom with the picture of the image. This is what each of your cabanas looks like. I guess there's only 2. So there's not much to them. They're super comfortable.
Oh,
There's sheets that will come all the way around and close it at night so the mosquitoes don't come and get you. But it's sheer material, so you can kind of see through it if it's light out
Okay.
or whatever. Okay.
Thought they were more like a cabin-like.
Alrighty
Okay.
then.
No, there's much less cabin-like. These are just like little things on the beach. It's really nice. They bring you cocktails all the time, and there's always a fresh plate of fruit set out for you. And there's like some massage guests nearby, a massage parlor nearby as well. It's actually a pretty sweet setup. And here you guys are. This is your first day at the beach. No, stop music.
So I suppose we should set up like a perimeter or something, like around.
It sounds like a good idea.
So I mean, we don't want to bother the other guests, I suppose, but at the same time, well,
Desmond, what
can't
do
have them
you,
encroaching on Desmond either.
Desmond, what do you find would be a good distance from other people? It's your
Look, dude.
vacation after all.
Just don't let anyone bother us. All right? Just keep them away. Ideally, I won't even have to know that you exist during this whole process, and I won't ever have to interact with you, and we just get to have a vacation without any worries, right? Like, the objective here is for you to take care of all of my responsibilities and let me just have a beach party with my family.
So unless it's an emergency, we should not bother you.
Yeah,
Can we see other people?
definitely. You look up and down the beach, and there are people all over. In fact, on the north side of the beach, there looks to be like a band assembling, maybe 400 or 500 feet away. You know, some people coming out with their big instruments. Someone's bringing like a drum set. It looks like they're going to take a little while to set up, but there's definitely some beachgoers that are setting up like some music up there. And now that you're looking down on the south side, you can see one person with a short sword at their side trudging through the sand, heading in your direction.
Oh, okay. I will, as I see it, I will mention to the Rock and to the others, not Desmond, the other three. Seems like we have our first problem. Leave it to me. And you can set up the perimeter, and I go. And stop this person.
Right. So you come down the beach towards him. He's coming to the beach towards you. And as you're coming directly for him. So when you get within talking distance, he stops and says, "Is that Desmond up there? Desmond the Dashing?
Why do you ask?
I want to challenge him to a duel. I'm going to be the most famous swordsman in the world."
Sorry, but Desmond and his family are on vacation. If you want to challenge them to a duel, you have to wait until their vacation is over and come to Berkshire.
Nonsense. I'll challenge him here, today, and I will kill him, and I will be the greatest swordsman in the land.
Let me tell you something. He's there. Desmond, the legendary Desmond, with his legendary wife, who is, as I heard, an excellent ranger, and his daughter, who is an apprentice wizard. If you wanted to kill him, do you really want to face his daughter and his wife afterwards? And, by the way, the other bodyguards that are here around to make sure that he and his family can go on their vacation without any trouble. I suggest you go your
Do you not
way.
understand the concept of a duel? I don't care if he's in the middle of a vacation. Desmond! He starts shouting.
I wave over to the others, and going to lay a hand, my pathetic hand, on my sword. I suggest you go. He doesn't want to be disturbed.
He puts a sword to a hand to his sword as well and goes, "Well, maybe I'll just take care of you first and then get Desmond second."
I'll start jogging over.
After all, how difficult could a one-handed swordsman be?
Okay, I pull out my sword, and since I'm a weapons master as my kid, he gets a -2 to his +2 to his initiative for the first 2 rounds of combat.
Well, the first round of combat is here and now. I think the Rock is on the way. Everyone else is back, making
I
a perimeter.
am going to stay back and just look out for any other I think they got that handled, so I'm gonna look and just guard Desmond. Just make sure there's no one else is trying to.
Clever.
Okay. My amazing
Gerald?
display of...
Hold on, Gerald, what are you doing?
I'm staying back and just watching as well.
All right, so let's give me initiative rolls here. Rock, since you're a little bit ways, why don't you delay your initiative by 4?
Neal, I roll a +10.
I
Does it
know,
really-
but just delay it by 4 for me.
All right.
Miracles happen.
Anyway. It's like,
My
Alright.
amazing.
A
my
24
Neal,
initiative.
I need
you know
that
what,
+4.
Connor? That would be great initiative if you were in 5th edition.
That would
Fantastic.
be amazing initiative.
My amazing
Wanna
display of skill that delays this initiative is I draw my sword like cross slash into the sand while I'm drawing it. Yeah.
All right.
And having a dusk sand cloud just rise up and settle.
Okay, so he has an arming sword. What are you using? You're using like a Nodachi, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right. For future reference, you can't carry your Nodachi on your back. You can't draw a sword from your back unless it's really, really short. Like physically, your arm cannot draw a sword longer than about this off of your back.
I thought about that. The scabbard is not completely
Yeah.
closed. It's
You actually
open.
have those. It's like
The sword is held into the scabbard by kind of switch so that I can take off while I'm drawing it. And actually, the scabbard is open, so I can.
You can't draw swords off your back. If you could, it just doesn't work mechanically.
That's the amazing display of skill, Neal.
But it's fine. It's fine. It's D&D. I don't care. It's shenanigans. I don't care. But you can't draw swords from your back. So you roll a 14 for initiative. You're delaying his initiative by what now?
He gets a +2 for the first 2 rounds of combat.
Hey, he still beats your initiative. He draws his arming sword and takes a slash at you, Tapian, with a... I can do math with that 15 to hit.
Just barely misses.
Ooh.
Block it with my sword.
All right, Tapian's turn.
I'm going to retaliate. Ooh, with an eye.
Total miss. This guy is not wearing any armor, by the way. He's just coming at you with the arming sword.
Oh, yeah. Neal, just so you know, I'm running
Regret that.
behind him. Like, I'll run around and behind him.
The rock comes running past this guy, and then like corners around.
I say to him, don't interfere yet. Initiative?
Rock, you just get behind him?
Yeah, I'll get behind him.
How far behind him are you standing?
I would say far enough that I'm not interfering, so like 10, 15,
10, 15 feet? Okay, cool.
Let him
Alright.
know that I'm there, and if I don't like what he does, I just open up his back.
Okay, initiative.
10.
Ooh, you're gonna go first. Literally
20.
nobody. Rock. It's your turn, Tapian.
18.
Oh, you definitely
Yeah,
hit
you
him.
can say statistics all you want, but the number of
Ooh,
number of
13
tens
damage.
the rock rolls for initiative
are
is
totally
actually
average.
ridiculous.
Near
Yeah.
13 damage.
But I don't get them for HP.
You cut this guy open in the front. His sword drops. He falls backwards into the sand. His heart is beating. You can see like the blood swelling out of him and like flowing over his body.
I will immediately go to with my healing proficiency and stitch him up with my medical kit.
All right.
I'll like hold him. I'll help him by like holding his stuff and not getting in the way.
Okay.
And I think since it's after the turn after he took damage, I like immediately.
Yes, you can patch his wounds up. He's not gonna die. He'll be okay. He'll live. Despite the massive blow across his chest.
Healing
Somehow
check for
you're a
him
good enough
gaining-
doctor that he'll
That's why I
survive.
bought a medical kit. I knew stuff like this would happen.
Tapian, I could have easily have resolved that like 30 seconds sooner. Right?
It's fine. I mean,
I
had to
know.
test my new-
Gotta
had
do a bit of showboating. It's okay.
Oh,
Same thing.
I had to test my new hand. to
So-
be fair.
It's fair. It's
While
fair.
while Tapian and the Rock are having this discussion and patching up this person, Cassandra and Gerald recognize that this battle has drawn a bit of attention from the other partygoers. And now somebody from the north side seems to be headed down towards your group.
This is just a giant escort quest.
I try. I see them like coming towards us, coming towards Desmond, and I'll go talk to with them, darling. You stay here. I tell the old man. Jared.
I just start kind of yelling, Rock, we have another.
Don't worry.
I'll pat Tapian on the back. You patch him up good. I got business to deal with.
I go and meet
The
Intercept.
hand looks like it works, and then I'll run off and
All right, so
I'll jog off. It's not quite time to work up a sweat yet.
Cassandra, you interrupt this woman who's coming down towards Desmond and you guys, and she's like trying to look over you. But I guess you're pretty tall, right? You're a half orc.
I am around. How tall is this woman?
This woman's like 5'3", 5'4".
Yeah, I think I'm 5'11". I think at least. So not
like
super
180
tall.
centimeters or so.
Something like that, or 5'10", something. Yeah, something like that. Sounds about right. I'm just terribly sorry, darling, but there's no admittance past this point.
Oh, I just want to get Desmond's autograph. That's Desmond, isn't it?
Terribly sorry, but he's not taking autographs right now. He's on vacation.
Oh, I'll be so quick. We won't have to talk. I have this notebook she pulls out from kind of stuck into her bathing suit, and I've always wanted to meet Desmond. It'd be really great just to get his autograph just one time. I'll be real quick, I promise. Just in and out.
I don't think you quite heard me, dear. And I give her a very stern look. I said there was no admittance past this point.
Is he going to be around tomorrow then? Will he be... Can I come back later? Maybe after lunch?
I go I start towering a little bit, foreboding.
I see.
Dear, you better not interrupt Desmond while he's at his vacation. If you're interested, come back at Shenanigans, and I'm sure he'll give you his autograph. But I must insist you leave now.
Okay, sure. I'll just go back to hanging out with my friends then.
Yes, that's good.
She turns around and heads back to her group.
See, you can be nice.
Yeah, if the people don't want to challenge Desmond to do it.
Yeah.
So you guys get back together here.
First question. What kind of... He did have an arming sword, and does he have any money on him?
No, it looks like... So I guess I should have described him better. He's wearing swimming trunks and has his sword belt on him, and that's it. All of his stuff that he owns is probably back where he was hanging out on the beach, and he just picked up his sword and came to come fight Desmond.
I'll take a sword and stick it besides our... I forgot how the thing
Cabana.
is called. Cabana. And I stick it beside the cabana in the sand.
What do you do with his body?
He's stitched up. I just lay him somewhere where there's shadow.
You just drag him off into the shade somewhere and leave him wounded but stitched up in the shade.
Yeah. I clean his wounds and I leave him half in the shade, his legs are in the sun.
You're gonna get him sunburns on his legs.
Oh, you monster!
You're such a dick.
Okay, not his legs, his feet.
Yeah, quite a
His
sense of
feet?
humor. Yeah?
Oh man, all right.
Oh, just
You leave his feet in the sun, the rest of him in the shade, and take his sword and stick it in the sand near your cabana. Meanwhile, Cassandra has properly dealt with the person coming for the autograph. And, as Tapian is finishing up with this guy and, making sure he'll be okay and not die and everything, the band begins to play up on the beach. Or maybe they're just tuning their instruments, because they're pretty terrible. They've got to just be tuning their instruments. Whatever. But they're their instruments are really out of tune, and it's kind of annoying.
As I hear that, I don't know why I can't believe I'm saying it, but I wish we had a certain gnome right now. At least he could play tuba.
Artie probably could have helped
Totally.
For the most part.
Anybody here know how to play an
last time-
instrument?
Last time you kind of sucked, but
I'm terribly
Um,
sorry. No, it's not within my skill set.
Can I get a perception check from everybody while you're discussing this atrocious band?
Okay,
Fun. That's my perception.
double checking. Perception.
Oh, thank you.
21.
Ooh.
Nope.
Dat 30.
Ooh. Okay.
Aww.
At least 2.
So The Rock, you're talking with these people. The Rock is a fan of heavy alcohol, right? The Rock is a borderline alcoholic?
No, not
No,
borderline.
but he drinks a
No.
lot, though.
I would say I have a taste, but I don't overindulge too often.
That's
Okay.
He's not Zen.
shouldn't
Yeah, not-
assume, Neal.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
I'm that's why I'm asking. I'm
Like
not assuming.
alcohol is almost.
I was like, oh, The Rock is a heavy like alcoholic, right? You like he's like a
That's-
drinker.
That's the impression that I've gotten somehow, but maybe I've gotten the wrong impression. It's fine. So Rock, you're talking with all these people, and there's a seagull coming in off the beach, like kind of flying towards you. But you can tell already that that seagull is too far away, and yet it looks normal sized. And you're getting this like, what the fuck? That's a huge ass seagull.
I've always wanted to bite a giant sea chicken.
Okay. Do I see that as well?
You'll see it a little bit later, but Rock rolled a 30, so he sees it well
Guys.
before everybody else.
Look at that seagull. See that out there? That ain't right.
You deal with it. I go to the band and tell them how to play properly.
All right. If you need the silence spell, I've got it right here, and I just kind of hoist my rock.
All right, well, the seagull hasn't done anything. All you've done is
Yeah.
notice that there's a big seagull. That's not.
Oh,
You know,
is
dude,
this-
we run into this
Wait,
problem
it's
sometimes
coming.
in D&D. When you say there's a something, everyone's like, all right, let's get ready to kill it. You know, it's like you see a strange-looking orc child walking across the beach. I smash its head in. It's, you know,
There's an old woman enjoying the sun on the beach. Let's
Yes.
get her.
Get her.
I've actually used that to great effect in other campaigns where I had party members who, if I said there was like a rustling in the bushes or something, they'd immediately just start throwing things and trying to kill whatever's in the bushes. And so then you're like, there's a rustling in the bushes along the trail, and they attack it, and then they come over and it's like, you know, a couple who had been like hiding in the bushes while getting it on, or like there was a family who would like tucked under the bushes to take a nap and just have them murder innocent civilians until they stop killing everything on sight.
There was a small child gathering blueberries.
Yeah, kill it. Anyway, so who's gonna go deal with the band?
Me. If someone wants to go along.
Yeah,
Be my
I'm gonna keep my eye on the seagull.
Okay.
Sea
So
chicken.
Tapian, you start walking off towards the band, and you're getting the impression now that they're definitely playing. They're not warming up because they're like formed a semicircle, and there's a few people hanging around them, watching them, with like some scattered applause every now and then when the music stops. I'm not sure if they're applauding for the song or applauding the fact that it's over. But the music's pretty bad.
Oh, sorry. I gosh Desmond's reaction to like all this. Like I'm guessing he seems.
He turns around like he's about to say something to you guys, but then he sees Tapian walking in that direction, and you see a very satisfied, good job. So Tapian, you make your way over there.
Okay, I go up to the band.
They're in the middle of a song. All 6 of them are playing. They're all jamming along. It sounds like some sort of new age jazz where they're each playing a different song at the same time.
Oh, let's do it.
I wait a minute. If they're not finished until then, I will interrupt.
They're not finished after a minute.
Okay, stop. Please stop. And
The music grinds to a halt, and the viewers turn back and look at you really pissed off. And one of them says, "What the hell, man? I was enjoying that."
My
Yeah,
balls.
sorry, it will hopefully continue in just a moment. It's interesting music, but there are some people here who would appreciate it if it would sound a little bit different. Not that I want you to
Are
completely
you
change
trying to
the
like
style.
make us conform to your style of music? You know, this is public property, man, and I can express myself however I would like. And this is how we express ourselves. So like if you want us to play some of that like hip poppy stuff, it's just not gonna happen.
I know that, and since this is public property, I'm also have the right to, well, express my
It's
my
special.
boss's feelings about the loud noise coming
Man,
from.
do you ever get tired of working for the man? Like, why don't you be your own person instead of just like letting your boss tell you what to do all the time? Come with
And
us
you-
and be free, man. Be free.
And you know what? I appreciate music, and I would like to maybe lead you along for a few songs.
They look at you cautiously.
And I pull out my flute, like twirl it in my good hand.
Can you play a flute with one hand?
I can try. I mean, I can.
It depends on
can't
what sort of flute it is. Are we
I
talking
can't
like a
do-
recorder sort, or are we
Yeah,
talking like straight up
I
like?
can't do complex melodies, but I can do simple things.
All right.
Like one holds the flute, and with the other hand, I can completely.
Okay. I'll believe you
Okay.
on that one.
See, that's why you play the brass instruments, so you actually can do it with one hand, except for the trombone. I'm sorry.
Play the instruments that only take one hand to play, the lower skill instruments.
And since we are all fans of music, how about I lead for a few songs? What do you say?
We'll give you a shot, man. Yeah, like everyone's free to play whatever they want, wherever they want, whenever they want, man. Like,
You know,
I would never tell you you can't play your flute here.
Is
I'm
the
just
rock?
gonna say
and
they're in like a
it's-
perfect semicircle for a nice good cleave.
Okay.
No, don't never spin.
Okay. I
They'll
like
kill you.
3, 2, 1, and start playing.
Give me a musical proficiency check, but at like -4, because you're doing this with one hand.
Okay. Hope for the best.
It's not that great. In fact, you can tell it's not that great. This prosthetic is a new thing for you, right?
Okay. How about I just lead you on this song? Okay. 3, 2, 1. As I start playing, do they start playing in the same style?
Well, they listen to what you're doing first, right? They have to listen to a few bars of it before they know what you're doing, and then they're kind of like, I think I see what he's doing. All right, so the guy with the drum starts like pounding out a beat that is like not the same beat that you're using.
Yeah. Wait. It's a bit different because I only have one hand since.
Oh,
this
okay,
is-
I'll play with one hand too, and the drummer puts a hand behind his back.
No,
All right, I got it.
Stop,
Ready?
Stop.
These guys are good.
Stop.
No, I'll lead this time, man. I'll lead this time. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Bum, bum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, bum.
Okay.
God, I broke
I
my
like.
pen.
I'd like take the sheath of my sword and like ham it on the ground. Okay, I lead. 3, 2, 1.
Dude, you like
That's
keep
it.
insisting on leading all the time, but like you're not doing a very good job. Like, let us do what we're doing because we know what we're doing, and you're just like, here, why don't you, the new person, join our group and let us lead, and you can just like play with us.
But
Here,
you shouldn't
follow this. Ready?
Don't conform
1,
to them.
2, and then he like starts playing this violin way too hard, and it's screeching.
Stop. Not right my tempo. Okay, let's try again.
Can I
2,
start going
1.
with her?
Yeah, you can.
3, 2, 1. And every time they start playing it, a bit too fast. You're rushing. 3, 2,
Dude,
1.
like, you're fucking.
Not quite my tempo.
Come on, man. Like, we gotta play. Stop interrupting us. Enjoy the musical experience, man.
As I said, I glared him. 3, 2, 1. Not my tempo. 3,
Dude,
2,
what the hell, man? You're fucking the
3.
worst.
3, 2, 1. A bit slow.
Cassandra, you show up around now.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
I come up.
You're rushing.
Is there a problem, dear?
No problem. I give a wink.
How many of them are there?
There's 6 musicians and like 10 people watching, but they're all really pissed off at Tapian. He keeps interrupting them whenever they start going.
3, 2, 1. You're rushing.
Dude, just like let us play the whole song through, and we'll fix it on the next playthrough. Okay?
Is there
All right,
like
guys, ready? 3,
wait,
2.
I grab a nearby stool and just throw it at him.
You know what? You're a fucking asshole, man. Fuck you. Come on, guys. We don't need to put up with this bullshit. Let's go up the beach a little ways. They grab their shit and they haul it up the beach, throwing insults and giving you crude gestures. Someone kicks sand at you. They seem really pissed off.
No.
And I turn around to her. I feel awful. But it's worth it.
Well,
You should feel awful.
they said they did sound like a donkey going to slaughter. So.
All right, back at Desmond, Lizzie, Layla, Borsch, The Rock and Gerald. Seagull's fucking huge, and it's
know.
like coming in off the water. It's like it's coming for the beach in general. You notice Lizzie has stopped her task of helping Layla with her sandcastle and is shielding her eyes against the sun as this giant seagull flies in.
I've like trying to like get on as best an intercept as I can to see like, okay, if it lands, I'll kind of be near it, but I'm not too far away from Desmond and his family.
Right, it doesn't look like it's making a line for Desmond and Co. It looks like it's aiming for a little bit south of them, maybe like 100 feet down the beach or so.
All right, so yeah, I'll just like keep myself between it and them, and if it decides to come this way, I'm ready to dunk.
Is there any does it look like this? Like it's focusing in on something particular? Like it's like just gonna swoop down.
Not really. I mean, it's like, you know how birds are when they like cruise around. You can't quite tell what they're looking at because their heads are doing this. They're like looking all over the place as they just kind of like glide on the heat waves.
There's no like food around, like people like no food stands or whatever.
No, there are a few food stands out. That is true. And there's like picnic baskets that everyone has brought with them. Like it's a beach party, so everybody's got picnic baskets all over the beach. And they're from some food stands back where the sand turns into like a grassy area. So it could be going after anything. Probably unguarded food.
Mm-hmm.
How big are we talking, Neal?
It's got like 20-foot wingspan. It's like a 6.5 meter wingspan.
I look at it. And, come on.
So you're saying it's a large creature?
10 minutes.
You know, Rocky Boy, I think you might be able to chop an entire wing off with one swing.
I've always wanted me some sea chicken wings.
The bird kind of flies by, goes southward towards the beach, and swoops down, grabs somebody's picnic basket, and just like takes off for a nearby tree. Or not a nearby tree, like takes off, lands on the grass maybe 100 feet away from them, like rips the picnic basket apart and starts devouring the food. And you can see the people kind of freaking out, but like, oh my god, that's a huge bird, we're just gonna let it take our basket.
What?
Yeah, as long as it doesn't like actively try and bother Desmond and his family, I'll still just like keep myself
Sure.
between it and them.
You're pretty obvious in your like looking at the bird, keeping yourself between it and the Desmond and crew, right? You're clearly trying to intercept the bird here. So Lizzie kind of jogs up to you, gives you a tap on the shoulder and goes, excuse me there.
Do you want it gone?
I just want to let you know that those giant seagulls are actually endangered. So
See, that's why I wasn't actually going after it, because I figured there'd be something like that going down. It's like, I hadn't seen a sea chicken that big.
they're very rare. I'd really appreciate it if you didn't hurt it in any way. We don't have enough giant seagulls. They've been, kind of hunted for their giant feathers by the giants, so they can use the giant feathers on their arrows. It's been problematic, and I've been trying to help raise awareness for the giant seagull problem recently. So whatever you do, don't cause harm to it or any of its children.
So basically, even then, if it comes at you guys, just leave it alone?
I mean, don't let it steal our picnic lunch, our basket.
So, what you're saying is,
We could try and lure it away with some food, I suppose.
or we could just not leave the picnic baskets out in the open alone. Have always someone with it, as long as this bird is in the vicinity.
Didn't it
Lizzie-
just like snatch up a picnic basket?
Yeah, it
from-
just like flew by and
and there were still people around it.
yeah, it had
Yeah.
no fear of the people nearby. But Lizzie goes back to making sandcastles with Layla and Borscht.
Lila.
Yeah.
Borscht, I can just imagine Borscht making castles.
Borscht is wearing his traditional orcish loincloth, and that is it. It's got a
Excellent.
front flap and a back flap and nothing to hold them together, so when a
Hey.
strong breeze picks up, you know, they fly all over the place.
That's a good point. Has Borscht been sneaking looks on me, like while we're going?
Well, you haven't been paying attention to him until now, and now you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, look at that orc over there wearing just the skinniest of the loincloths. So we'll see if he looks your way in the future. But we're going to take our first break right here. The first day on the beach draws to a close with no other problems. Desmond has told you that they want to spend 4 days here at the beach. So we're done with day 1.
Excellent.
3 more days to go, and so far Desmond's not been interrupted.
I would like to do, if Desmond is okay, but I would suggest like a gaming evening. I take out my cards.
Can we do that on the other side of our break?
Okay.
Cool.
Since
See you
you-
guys on the other side. Bye-bye.